Invited to a job interview for a fairly prestigious career you have been dreaming about ever since you can remember. The interview goes very smoothly, and you feel like you are ready to start the job next week. You wait all weekend for a response call, but no one ever calls back. Worriedly, you go to the business and ask to speak with one of the managers. The manager tells you, "We are very sorry, but we found someone who was suggested to us by one of our international partners who is willing to work at a fraction of the cost of anyone in the area." A person outside the U.S. gets the job. You are still unemployed. Even though this is a hypothetical story, it could definitely happen to you. The problem is that outsourcing is detrimental to the United States economy. Outsourcing is a serious problem that is happening right now. According to the New York Times article written by Ed Knoskal on June 3, 2011, the U.S. toy company Mattel announced that many U.S. manufactured products were outsourced to China. As referenced by Time Magazine's article written by Andrew Marantz on August 4, 2011, more than 1.3 million additional Western jobs will vanish by 2014 due to the accelerated movement of work to India and other offshore locations. According to the Competitiveness Review newspaper article written by Megan Nassif and William Rowe, professors at BYU, in June of 2010, they highlighted the fact that almost 30% of outsourced jobs belong to the IT or industrial technology sector. As referenced by the Nation newspaper article, written by Frank Lagrada on January 3, 2011, estimates predict that 3.4 million U.S. white-collar jobs will be outsourced overseas by 2015. The effects of outsourcing are ominous. As referenced by Knoskal, outsourcing is taking a major toll on the American white-collar professionals. In 2005, a survey of IT professionals, 61% of the respondents reported that outsourcing is lessening employee morale. The survey also pointed out that a majority of the respondents believe that outsourcing reduces the number of IT jobs in the U.S., the jobs that they may rightfully deserve. Also stated by Knoskal, blue-collar jobs have been outsourced in huge numbers since the 1970s. As referenced by Lagrada, the offshoring of American jobs is harmful to the U.S. economy. The offshoring depletes the United States of one of its greatest resources, productive capability. Unlike trade, outsourcing is only one-sided, and the U.S. receives nothing in return for the export of its jobs to other countries. As stated in Foreign Affairs by Richard Cooper, in December of 2011, outsourcing customers become dependent on the outsourced parties that perform their tasks for them, tasks that are vital to the company's success. According to Cooper, outsourcing hurts the position of the U.S. as a primary leader in the science and technology fields, a position that provides a competitive advantage in the global market. We need to start enacting a progressive movement away from the current trend with a new law. All companies based in the United States should have to pay a tax on outsourced salaries. This tax should be set fairly high at 5 to 10% on an outsourced salary. Companies in the U.S. would end up paying more for the labor outside the country. The IRS would strictly enforce the tax on all U.S. companies, and the penalties would result if a company were not to comply with the new tax. This law would be more effective in keeping jobs within the United States. An high tax would make it cheaper for the U.S. companies to hire workers within the country. The new tax would greatly increase the amount of money U.S. companies would have to pay for outsourced workers. This would turn them away from outsourcing and back towards hiring within the United States. Things will only get worse if my plan is not executed and followed. There will be a higher unemployment rate if no action is taken. The United States might also lose in the science and technology fields. The U.S. economy may really be damaged if the trend continues. Productive capability is one of the United States' greatest resources and may completely be taken away if the trend continues. Outsourcing also hurts the economy because it is actually giving other countries the jobs for no economic benefit of the U.S. I need your help to fix this big issue. Contact Congresswoman Michelle Bachmann. She can be reached at 320-253-5931. Tell her that you support my plan and want her to support it as well. Please do this today. She needs to hear from you so we can put an end to the growing trend of outsourced jobs in America.